Okay, check one. So, hello everyone, hello ma'am, and hello everyone who are listening. So, today I'm going to talk about another book, but this one book is about human history. No, sorry, world history. So, the book I'm going to tell you is the title is The Cold War, A World History. It is written by Odd Arne Westad. Yeah, the book The Cold War, A World History by Odd Arne Westad tells the story of one of the most important conflicts in modern history, during the Cold War, of course. But unlike many other books that focus only on the rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union, Westad explained that the Cold War was a global event. It shaped the lives of people in almost every part of the world. The Cold War began after World War II around late 1940s, when the two superpowers, the US and the Soviet Union, emerged with completely different ideas about how the world should be run. The United States promoted capitalism and democracy, believing in free markets and individual rights. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union promoted communism and collective control, believing that equality could only be achieved in the government controlled the economy. These two powerful nations never fought each other directly, but they competed in almost every other way politically, economically, and even culturally. They tried to spread their influence across the world, turning many countries into part of their side. This global competition created fear, division, and sometimes real wars in other regions. For example, in Asia, the Cold War broke terrible conflicts like the Korean War and the Vietnam War, where millions of lives were lost because both superpowers supported different sides. In Africa and Latin America, many revolutions and civil wars were influenced by either American or Soviet involvement. Even in space, the two powers compete to show their superiority, known as the space race, which led to amazing achievements like the first human landing on the moon in 1969. But the Cold War wasn't only about weapons or politics, it also changed how people live and thought. Western countries saw the rise of consumer cultures, movies, music, and technology that reflected freedom and prosperity. Meanwhile, the Soviet world focused on unity, discipline, and loyalty to the states. Both sides used propaganda, films, posters, and education to prove their way of life was better. As the time passed, however, the Soviet system started to weaken. By the 1980s, its economy was struggling and people began demanding more freedom. Leaders like Mikhail Gorbachev tried to reform the system through policies like glasnost or openness and perestroika or restructuring. But instead of saving the Soviet Union, these reforms led to its collapse. In 1991, the Soviet Union officially ended and so did the Cold War. However, Western reminds us that the end of the Cold War didn't mean the end of global tension. The ideas, alliance, and conflict born during that period still shape the world we live in today. From the division of Korea, the power of the United States, to the rise of new nations, all of these are results of the Cold War's legacy. In conclusion, the Cold War, world history teaches us that this was not just a story of two countries, but a story of the entire world. It was about ideas, fears, and hopes that crossed borders and affected every society. Western helped us see that the Cold War is not just history, it's a mirror that shows how ideology and power can shape the destiny of humanity. So let's talk about the in conclusion. If you guys seen in many video games, if you guys seen in Medal of Honor, maybe in Call of Duty Black Ops, yeah, that's that took the setting about in Cold War. Yeah, it's one of the American propaganda. So yeah, if you guys wanna choose wisely, I need you guys to be choose wisely about. You need to see from the both side which one is the right one and which one is the best one or the best for you guys. So yeah, I think that's all from me. So yeah, the recording is 5 minutes, so thank you for listening and goodbye.